This social media is driving me crazy.
I saw everyone online buying their dream homes. So at just 23, I jumped in and did the exact same thing.
This mortgage is shattering my life. I have to break free.
But behind those perfect aesthetic posts, it completely destroyed my finances and left me trapped.
Stop right there. It's time to put an end to all this. No more excuses.
If you are feeling the pressure to buy a house right now, you need to watch this entire video before you make the exact same massive mistake I did. I'm going to try and show you exactly what I wish I'd known before buying my first house at just 23 years old. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm doing something a little different. I'm sharing my personal story of diving headfirst into real estate at a pretty young age. I was 23 when I proudly signed those closing papers. And while holding those keys was an incredibly thrilling experience, looking back now, there are definitely some major things I wish I'd done differently.
Let's talk about the pressure. A lot of people my age feel this intense push to buy a house, and I was absolutely no exception. Society sells us this idea that owning a home is the ultimate major milestone, the golden ticket that proves you finally made it in adulthood. I honestly remember feeling like I was somehow falling behind if I didn't have a place to call my own. And on top of that, I thought buying a house was the ultimate investment. You hear it all the time. Rent is throwing money away. I figured my house would just appreciate in value over time, acting as a foolproof financial move. I was heavily influenced by social media, where it seems like everyone is buying real estate, flipping it for a massive profit, and living the dream. It looked easy. It looked lucrative. I wanted a piece of that action. But I didn't do enough real research, and I ended up mistaking a liability for an asset. Here is the first harsh reality I faced: becoming house poor. You see, after I handed over that massive down payment and paid the closing costs, my bank account was practically on life support. On paper, I owned a home, but in reality, I was stressed. When my friends were going out for dinner or planning weekend trips, I found myself making excuses to stay home because my entire paycheck was suddenly tied up in this building. I didn't realize that emptying your savings to buy a house leaves you incredibly vulnerable. And that brings me to the hidden costs. Everyone talks about the mortgage and property taxes, but they don't warn you about the rest. There's the HOA fees that magically go up every year. There's the home insurance, the utility bills that are suddenly triple what they were in an apartment. It all compounds, and I was shocked by just how much cash was leaving my account every single month.
But my biggest realization, the true aha moment, didn't come from a spreadsheet. It came on a random Tuesday night. It was pouring rain outside. I was sitting in my living room watching TV when I heard a steady drip, drip, drip. I looked up and there was a growing water stain on my ceiling. Initially, I thought, okay, maybe just a loose shingle. No big deal. I called a contractor the next day. He climbed up, took one look, and came back down to hand me an estimate. I needed a completely new roof. The cost? Several $1,000s, right out of pocket. My heart sank. As a renter, you just call the landlord when something breaks. As a homeowner, you are the landlord. That massive expense made me realize how drastically I had underestimated the true ongoing costs of homeownership. There is always something that needs fixing.
Beyond the money, I didn't think through the impact on my lifestyle. I used to love traveling. I loved being spontaneous. But with a heavy mortgage and constant maintenance, I felt completely tied down. I had to factor in my commute to work, the neighborhood dynamics. It limited my options for career flexibility. And from a financial perspective, I completely ignored opportunity cost. Think about it. If I hadn't locked up tens of thousands of dollars in a house down payment at 23, what if I had put that money into index funds? What if I let that money compound in the stock market over the years while I kept my living expenses low? My net worth might actually be higher today with zero maintenance headaches.
So, if I could go back in time, I would sit my 23-year-old self down and give her 2 golden rules before signing anything.
Before we get to the rules, let's take a closer look at that old saying, rent is throwing money away. Is it really? Let's do some quick math. When you pay $2,000 in rent, that is the maximum you will pay for housing that month. Your housing cost is fixed. If the fridge breaks, it's not your problem. But when you pay a $2,000 mortgage, that is the minimum you will pay, because a mortgage payment is just the beginning. Think about the unrecoverable costs of owning. You are paying property taxes, insurance, HOA fees, and maintenance. None of that money goes towards your equity. And in the first 5 to 7 years of a 30-year loan, almost all your payment goes to interest, not the principal. You aren't building wealth, you're basically just renting the money from the bank. Once I understood this math, the FOMO completely disappeared. Renting is simply paying for a service, a roof over your head, while you figure out your next big move.
Rule number 1, the 1% maintenance rule. You should expect to spend at least 1% of your home's total value every single year on maintenance and repairs. If it's a $300,000 house, have $3,000 ready every year just to keep it standing. Rule number 2, the 5-year rule. If you aren't 100% sure you are going to live in that specific city, in that specific house for at least the next 5 to 7 years, do not buy it. The closing costs and fees will eat up any profit you might make if you try to sell early.
Don't get me wrong, owning real estate can be an incredible wealth building tool, if you do it right. But you have to slow down. Don't get caught up in the social media hype. Run the numbers, understand the difference between a true asset and a liability, and make sure your money is actually flowing in the right direction. These are the golden rules I wish I'd known. Rule number 1, the readiness rule. Don't empty your savings to buy a house. Rule number 2, the true cost rule. Understand that rent is not the only cost of homeownership. Rule number 3, the compounding rule. If you aren't ready, your money can compound faster elsewhere with zero maintenance headaches. Rule number 3, the compounding rule. If you aren't ready, your money can compound faster elsewhere with zero maintenance headaches. Rule number 4, the career flexibility rule. If you aren't 100% certain you're going to live there for 5 to 7 years, do not buy. Final summary. Following these rules won't prevent you from buying a house forever, but it will make sure you do it right, the smart way, with zero maintenance headaches. If you bought a house at a young age, or if you're feeling the pressure to buy right now, I'd love to hear your story. What's your biggest realization? Drop it in the comments below. Let's start a discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the community for more content like this. I'll see you in the next video.